What if I told you most first-time e-commerce owners fail not because they lack a great idea, but because they blow their budget before they even launch? It happens every single day. They spend money in all the wrong places and run out before the first sale even rolls in. But today, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to budget for your first e-commerce store, step by step, and show you the one surprising thing most beginners completely forget to plan for. That could save your business. Stay with me, because if you miss this, you could end up just another statistic. Number 1. Start with your why. Before you even open a spreadsheet, ask yourself, what is your goal? Are you trying to build a side hustle for a few $100s a month? Or are you dreaming big, hoping to replace your full-time income? Your goal shapes your budget. For example, if you just want a small Shopify store selling handmade candles, you don't need to budget for a warehouse or big marketing campaigns yet. But if you want to scale fast with a private label supplement brand, you'll need more upfront. Be honest about what you want so you can spend smart. Number 2. Set a realistic startup budget. Here's where most beginners slip. They don't realize just how lean you can start an e-commerce store. If you're using a platform like Etsy or Shopify, you can launch for as little as $50 to $100 for hosting and a domain. But don't forget the hidden costs. Things like logo design, basic product photography, and maybe a sample or two of your product. A realistic starter budget for a bare-bones store is about $500. If you plan to run ads and order inventory, plan for at least $1,000 to $2,000. One beginner I coached launched her jewelry store with just $300 by designing her own logo and taking product photos on her iPhone, and still made her first sale in a week. So yes, it's possible. Number 3. Inventory or no inventory. Now comes the big decision. Are you selling products you already have, or will you dropship? If you hold inventory, you'll need cash up front to buy stock. For example, buying 100 units of a $10 product costs you $1,000 right away. If you dropship, you can skip this entirely, but you'll pay slightly higher per unit costs. One client of mine started with dropshipping kitchen gadgets because she didn't have much money. After building some sales and confidence, she reinvested into inventory later for better profit margins. Figure out what works for your budget and your comfort level. Number 4. Don't forget about tools and apps. E-commerce has plenty of hidden expenses, but they're predictable if you plan. You'll probably want email marketing software, maybe a Shopify theme upgrade, and some apps for reviews or abandoned cart recovery. For example, apps like Klaviyo for email or Looks for reviews start at around $10 to $30 a month. That adds up over time. Plan about $50 to $100 monthly for tools once you launch. It's much better than being surprised when your free trials expire. Number 5. Budget for marketing or nobody will come. This is where beginners really trip up. You can have the prettiest website in the world, but if nobody visits, you make zero sales. You'll need to budget for either paid ads, influencers, or at least some content creation. One client I worked with sold baby clothes and set aside just $200 for Facebook ads in her first month, and she doubled her money. If you're on a tighter budget, spend time instead of money. Post on social media daily, join Facebook groups, and learn basic SEO to get organic traffic. But if you can, save at least $300 to $500 for initial ad testing. Number 6. Build a cushion for the unexpected. This is the step almost nobody talks about, but it can save you. Something will always cost more than you thought. A last-minute shipping charge. A supplier raises their prices. Your ads underperform, and you need to test another strategy. Plan to keep at least 10 to 20% of your budget untouched as a cushion. If you think you'll need $2,000 to launch, aim for $2,200 to $2,400 instead. It gives you breathing room when things don't go perfectly. And trust me, they never go perfectly. Number 7. Time is money. Budget that too. You're not just spending dollars. You're also spending hours. Be honest about how much time you can invest. If you work full-time, you might only have nights and weekends. So you might need to hire help for things like product descriptions or website setup. For example, one student I helped decided to pay a freelancer $150 to write her website copy because she simply didn't have the time. Budgeting your time protects your sanity, and it prevents burnout. Number 8. The surprising thing most beginners forget. And here it is, the one thing almost everyone forgets. Budget for learning. You're entering a whole new world, and you'll make mistakes. Set aside at least $50 to $100 for a good beginner course or book about e-commerce. It will save you thousands of dollars in trial and error. For example, I once worked with someone who blew $1,000 on Facebook ads in 1 week and got nothing. If he'd spent just $50 on a beginner ads course, he could have avoided that mistake. Knowledge is the cheapest investment you'll ever make. Number 9. Track every penny. The most important part of budgeting isn't the plan, it's sticking to it. From day one, track every dollar you spend. Use a simple Google Sheet, or even a notebook if you prefer. One student told me she was shocked to find she had spent $800 on little things she hadn't even planned for, like packaging supplies and Shopify apps. When you track everything, you can course correct before it's too late. It's much better than waking up one morning and realizing you're broke with no sales. Number 10. Reinvest and adjust. Once you launch, your job isn't done. Your budget is a living thing. After the first month, sit down and see what worked and what didn't. If ads worked great, put more money into them next month. If that expensive app didn't help, cancel it. For example, one shop owner I know dropped her $50 a month app after 2 months because it wasn't converting and instead invested in better product photography. The smartest store owners reinvest profits and adjust constantly. That's how you grow. Number 11. Start lean, then upgrade. You don't need to spend thousands right away. Start with free or low-cost tools. Use Canva to design a simple logo instead of hiring a designer. Take product photos on your phone in natural light instead of booking a studio. One beginner I worked with launched a skincare store for under $400 because she resisted the urge to buy fancy themes and apps at the start. Once you've made some sales, you can always upgrade. It's easier and cheaper to add later than to dig yourself out of debt early on. Number 12. Avoid shiny object syndrome. This one can wreck your budget fast. Everywhere you look, there's another app, another service, another guru promising instant success. Stick to your plan. If you didn't budget for that $300 course or that fancy upsell app yet, don't buy it. One of my clients once signed up for 3 different email platforms in his first month because he kept seeing ads claiming each one was the best. He wasted over $200 before even sending his first campaign. Focus on essentials. The rest can wait. Number 13. Don't forget legal and taxes. This is a sneaky one that trips up many beginners. Even small e-commerce stores are businesses, and you'll need to plan for taxes. Depending on your state, you may need to collect sales tax. You might also need a business license, which can cost anywhere from $50 to $200. And it's wise to set aside 15 to 30% of profits for taxes so you're not scrambling later. I once helped a seller who forgot to save for taxes. She ended up owing over $1,000 by April. Don't let that happen to you. Talk to a tax professional if you can. At least set up a separate account to stash tax money. Number 14. Invest in your customer experience. Here's a pro tip. Customers remember how you made them feel. Budget for little touches that build trust and make people come back. Things like branded packaging, a thank you card, or faster shipping can make a big difference. One store owner I know spent an extra $50 a month on better packaging and saw her repeat customers double. It doesn't have to cost much. Even printing simple thank you notes at home adds a personal touch. Happy customers become free marketing. Number 15. Plan for growth. Lastly, think a few steps ahead. If your store takes off, you'll need to scale. You might need more inventory. You might need to hire a virtual assistant to help with orders. One client I worked with hit $5,000 in monthly sales within 6 months, but nearly burned out because she didn't budget for help. So as you grow, set aside a small percentage of profits to reinvest in scaling your operations. It's a lot easier to grow when you're ready. And here's the big picture. Your budget isn't just about dollars and cents. It's about confidence. When you know where your money is going, you sleep better at night. You're less likely to panic or quit when something goes wrong, and you give yourself the best chance to succeed. So, now I want to know, what's your biggest concern when it comes to budgeting for your first e-commerce store? Are you more worried about spending too much or not spending enough? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and maybe even share a few extra tips to help you on your way.